any student who attends a national school has 85% chance of joining a university. In other words, I'm telling you that 85% of all students who go to a national school go to university. Only 10% of students who go to a day school have a chance to go to university. So when we find a child who has gone to a day school in some rural place, we give them a leg up, because it means they have to work extra hard to be able to attain the same grades. Because in many of those institutions, as I told you, Felix, they don't have laboratories. Many of them have very inadequate number of teachers. And that is the real problem. So some of these parameters may look small, but they mean a lot in terms of the students. Let me also tell you that, and this is something that really, you know, I know, I don't know how to put it, but only 10% of the children of the poor make it to university. It is very serious. It is something that depresses me. Yeah? Because number one, they cannot afford to go to a national school. They cannot afford to go to a private school. Many of them hardly, you know, they end up in a day school somewhere at home. So this is one hell of a conversation we must have. We cannot continue as a nation to have an education system that shuts out millions of the children of the poor. I don't know how to put it. It's as blunt as that. If you look at the curve of students in our universities, the children of the poor are absent. They are the ones in those 3,500 secondary schools that don't have teachers, they don't have laboratories, they are day schools, they are in those areas. It is the reason why I have asked the Ministry of Education. I am putting 3 billion shillings in Nairobi to build 5,000 classrooms, because Nairobi slums are the worst. Those are the children of the poor. They never go to school, and they are in the city here. P.S., you know that. I have discussed this with the governor of Nairobi. I have discussed this with the MPs of Nairobi, and so many other areas. We need a lot of affirmative action. So, Ochieng, to your point, it is because of that realization that some of the parameters we are using, you know, a child that has gone to a bridge school in Kibra or some school in Lokichogio, you know, it is something for us to consider when we are looking at how to place them. So we will continue to improve on the model. We are not saying the model is perfect, but I think to a great extent it is towards 95% in the right direction, and we will keep improving on it. Mongaro Richard, you have told me that by the end of your 4th year, your loan will be something like 240,000, right? And you are asking me what will the new guys, what will be their loan after 4 years? It's going to depend on the course that they are pursuing. let me tell you, Richard, you know, we have to be brutally honest with ourselves. The old model, the differentiated unit model, assumed that all courses were the same. And a course in medicine costs the same as another course in a different subject. The reality is that it is not. University chancellors are here. Vice chancellors are here. I don't know whether university vice chancellors are here. Who is willing to tell us that there is a difference? Yeah? Yeah, they are here. There is a difference. And this model recognizes, this new model recognizes that a course in medicine costs 600,000 to train. A course in education costs 180,000 to train. And therefore, for a student doing medicine, Government of Kenya gives more for the student doing medicine as a percentage because it costs more to train that student. And if we don't give more to train that student, we will end up with a student who is, with a graduate who is half-baked because we didn't give them the resources to train the student correctly. That is the difference between this model and the other one. So there is every reason why we have to interrogate this model. Let me ask, any vice chancellor who is willing to tell us, you know, don't worry about kusalimiwa. Sisi wengine tumezoea kusalimiwa kila siku. But you know, the truth is the truth. It cannot be changed. I want a vice chancellor who is here to volunteer. On, yes, Mwalimu, and you say which college you?
Your Excellency, I happen to be the Vice Chancellor of Alupe University. Also previously a member of the Presidential Working Party on Education Reform, and a member of the party that recommended this model. And we agreed, which sema tunasemezana.
You know, let's listen. You know, we are intellectuals.
Yeah.
You know, and intellectuals, you listen to reason.
Yeah.
You know, we are not a mob. We are people who want to reason. And I like what Junior here, Kisero, he said. He said, we want to listen, we want to challenge, you know, and we want to be part of the solution. So let us listen. And you can challenge what the professor is saying the same way you are challenging what I'm saying. I mean, it's the right thing for intelligence.